Okay, guys, so let's not start with that. I'm saying morning.
Man got 3 words in.
Morning, guys. It's the 10th of October, and today is World Mental Health Day. So me and Ed thought we'd get together, have a cup of tea, a couple of biscuits, and just, have a chat and do what's good to do, get things off your chest. And obviously remember, it's okay to talk. So,
You good?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I mean, I did say I was only going to have 2 of those biscuits, but I think I was 6 deep already. But other than that, I'm all right.
To be fair, it is dangerous. And
Guilt's got to me, I'm not going to lie. But,
you'll have to get better by having another biscuit, to be fair.
you best put them away in a minute. But anyway, obviously, we all got issues and we all have problems in life that, whether you're man, woman, even children these days, there's a lot of pressure on everyone to, be a different person, I feel. And sometimes that pressure is too much and people deal with it in different ways. And, at the end of the day, we need to talk and get it off your chest, because the more you bottle things up, the harder it is. And World Mental Health Day is about raising awareness for there is such a thing as mental health. People say there's no such thing as mental health. Till you've actually been there and dealt with it, then you can, reevaluate. But to me, honestly, me and Ed have both been in situations where you know, that your mental health is most important, because you might be okay physically, but if you're not okay mentally, then it's a different story.
Yeah, I think we've got our stories and we've got our tales to tell, and I think that kind of helps. I think for us, we've lived it, haven't we? We've got the t-shirt. We can say we got through it. But yeah, I think for people struggling at the moment, I've seen on social media recently, yesterday, I think people would have seen on the campaigns, stories and stuff. There's a guy, we're both Arsenal fans, good or bad, whether you agree or not. I'm kind of quite close to the Arsenal community. I get involved where I can, and there was a young lad that, from what I can see, has been extremely let down by the people that should have helped him. He's got Asperger's, and people on the spectrum that, from what I've been told, struggle with mental health differently because of the way they vocalise stuff. And he got let down, and the amount of times he's tried to just end his life or just find a way out. And it's so sad, because it just feels like from an outsider, you just think you've been cheated, you've been let down. And I think it's a 2-pronged thing. It's all well and good. We preach and say, you need to talk about it.
Yeah.
But we need to also be pushing those people to go, you need to listen.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I've been in situations, I've been to the doctors, and you can kind of see people's faces, like the doctor's face or the nurse's face, kind of, are they being genuine? Are they putting it on? And I think that's half the battle. People need to talk, but the other side need to listen as well.
Yeah, but I think you do get people as well that, now they know that mental health is such a big thing, you do get I don't like to say it, but you get the people that like to play on that as well, that haven't actually ever been there, but they think, well,
it's
they can play that card, and the doctor or whatever's not going to argue with them, work ain't going to argue with them, and just because they want a week at home. Do you know what I mean? There is those people as well, and it's sad to see, but that's reality. That's what it's like nowadays. So you need, you can see why sometimes the professional side of it, they look at people and think, well,
they have to be pessimistic. They have to think badly of people, think they're lying until proven otherwise.
Yeah, but this is where it gets downhill, because then obviously you get people that have got real bad mental health issues. They're not getting taken seriously, and then they don't open up, and by the time they are, you say it's too late. People taking their lives, and
and that's the issue. What really annoys me is you get a lot of people jumping on the mental health bandwagon. We're here, we're trying our best to do good. We're trying to encourage people to talk, spread awareness. And then unfortunately, you've got social media influencers and people jumping on what they think is a bandwagon to grow their profile, to show that they care. And then when it actually comes to it, they don't. And it ruins how genuine it is for people that are actually struggling, or the people that are actually trying to help.
Yeah, no, but the thing is as well, people need to know is you can contact us directly on Instagram, or you can contact Ed through the campaign at It's Okay. Was it?
It's okay _campaign.
Contact, you can reach out. There is help available if you don't want to, if you need to speak or you just want to message. If you don't even want to talk, you just want to do it over messages. It's there. The help is there and available. So don't feel like you've got nowhere to turn to.
No, obviously at the end, obviously we'll put in the comments and stuff, numbers that you can call and stuff like that. Like between us, we've lived this, whatever our journey is, and we know we've got resources in place. If you're struggling, we can try and help.
I mean, on the little logo there we've got there, you've obviously got the depression, alcohol, stress, anxiety, gambling, and drugs. I mean, I've been involved in most of those. Most probably the only one out of that lot there is most probably the drugs. Is not really one I can really.
There you go. I can tick that one off.
But Ed can tick that one off.
Between us, we've got a full house.
And I know, any of those, anything that's an addiction. I mean, me sitting here now, I want to eat that whole barrel of biscuits. That's an addiction. That's an addiction. I just want to completely eat that barrel because that's my, that comes from my food addiction. But I mean, even that's not on there, but. It's an addiction. So whatever your addiction, it's an illness at the end of the day, and people need to take these things seriously. I mean, gambling, drugs, all of that sort of stuff, alcohol, whatever your addiction is, it's hard to get overcome it. And if you have done, give yourself a pat on the back. It's not easy.
And if you haven't yet, but you want to, there is light. There is light at the end of the tunnel. It does get better. I think that's the overriding thing for all of it. It does get better. And I saw a clip online, and it was with Tom Hanks and a lot of actors. They're all sitting around talking and stuff. And he said there's an old saying of this too shall pass. Whatever you're going through, I know at the time, I did, and you did as well. Yep. You can sit there and you go, it's never going to get better. It's crap. It's awful. I'm never going to get to where I want to be.
Yeah.
But if you look back now, I can look back and go, it really did pass.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds really flippant saying, this too shall pass, but it will. But it does if you want it to.
Exactly. Because the problem is, any of these addictions, you start spiraling, you start lying to your loved ones, people that are closest to you. You're lying all the time. You're living in another world. You're living two lives, really. I mean, if you've got a gambling addiction, you're lying to gamble. You're hiding money. You're chasing your money. If you have a win, you're on the high. If you lose, you're on the low. And then that affects everybody in your household or around you. If kids or whatnot, it's not their fault that you've lost a load of money, or whatnot.
But they get the brunt.
They get the brunt of it. Because if you're on a day where you've won money and you're on the high, the kids don't know whether they're coming or going, because it's all relying on whether you win or lose. If you've got an alcohol addiction, it's the same thing. 1 minute you're up, you're on, and then half a bottle of rum in, and you feel happy as Larry. Next day you've got hangover, you're not feeling too great. Everyone gets the brunt of it. Then you're looking for for that next fix of alcohol. So it doesn't matter what your addiction is. Drugs is the same, isn't it, Ed? So
and the thing is, with drugs especially, more than anything, out of the addictions we've kind of been through, drugs are either, I think, to me, I'm not trying to make out that I've gone through it worse. Think with drugs, because you've got a third party, there's a dealer, and you're more often than not, if you're a drug addict, you owe at least a dealer money. So you've got this third party, and there's no, unfortunately, it sounds really bad to say, but a drug dealer is a businessman, and the more you take from that businessman, the more angry he's going to get. And you don't get a very soft and nice drug dealer. They're usually the ones that want to come round and...
You're not underwritten by the FSA and...
No.
They're going to give you a payment plan, are they?
No, if I don't agree with it, I can't go to the ombudsman and go, they've treated me unfairly.
And say, you could pay £2 a week.
Yeah, exactly. Someone comes around, and I've seen it. I've seen the people that I owed money to throw acid in people's faces, put petrol bombs through doors, smash kneecap. Literally, I've seen someone's kneecap get shattered. And when I went to family, crying out for help, I know this isn't your problem, but I need them paid off because they're going to come round and they're going to blow the house up, or they're going to torch the house. You've got family going, they're all talk. They're not going to actually do it. And you go, kind of been there when they've done it. So, and I think when you've got an alcohol addiction, like to an extent, you probably get loans out and stuff like any other addiction to fund it. When you've got some psychotic drug dealer banging on your door whenever they like, I think it makes you feel worse, and the depression and the anxiety gets higher more because you're like, especially if you live with family, like someone else is going to get hurt.
It puts you on edge all the time, doesn't it? I suppose, and then obviously you're on edge because you know you don't know who's going to bang on the door. You're on edge because your family's in the house. So it's just you're looking over your shoulder. I mean, it's hard. That's why you need to talk up, people. Like whatever the issue, you need to talk. You need to talk. Get it off your chest. Get help. I say contact the campaign. Contact mental health directly. Whatever you do, just reach out and there's help available. So
yeah, I think that's the thing. Like between us, like I've said, we've got a lot of contacts in a lot of places. Like the campaign works with Shout and the Mix and the Samaritans, and you can contact like Shout and the Mix and Young Minds. They all use a text service, so you don't have to the good old days where you used to phone the Samaritans up and sit on the phone and spend ages worried about making that phone call and then making the phone call. You can sit there and just text. You can just text, and because we all feel a bit more comfortable sending a text than we do making a phone call. And I think, like, obviously we'll put all the contacts, spread it everywhere so people know. But yeah, I think just opening up, just like they always say, the first step of the road to recovery is admitting
of course
you're struggling or you've got a problem.
Do they deal with like gambling and alcohol as well, or is that a separate thing? I know you've got obviously gambling, anonymous, drinking.
Yeah, like for me, like with any kind of Alcoholics Anonymous, Cocaine's Anonymous, stuff like that, for me it didn't work. I'm not saying it doesn't work, I'm just saying for me it didn't. But I initially got in contact with them through, well, it was a kind of a tech service. So they will put you through, you can contact them, they will say like, what are you struggling with? And you give them your full kind of struggles.
Yeah.
They can give you the correct contact or the correct resources to go further. But it's all anonymous. And these people, a lot of the people that volunteer to do the tech service, they're trained, but a lot of them have been through their own journeys.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So they're volunteers.
Yeah, they want to help others.
Yeah. So they have been through. Some of them have been through addictions. Some of them have tried to take their own life. Some of them have been through horrific times in their life. So when you phone up, and I hate people using the term, well, just that you're probably not like you've not got it through it as worse. They've probably heard worse. No one cares about like at that time when I called out for help. If someone had gone to me, oh well, someone's had it worse. Well, that would have made me feel so insignificant. Like, oh well, I'm just.
Yeah, they treat every case as its own unique case.
Yeah, like who cares? Like if you phone up and go, oh, I'm just struggling a bit. Like I'm stressing about, I don't know, an exam that I'm going to do, and it's really affecting me. Yeah, of course you're probably not as bad as someone that stood on the edge of a bit like bridge, contemplating the rest of their life. No, it's not the same. But that doesn't mean that your stresses or yours in your life is insignificant. Like, I think the main thing is don't feel ashamed.
Yeah.
Don't try and overanalyze it and go, oh, well, there are people worse off. Yeah, there always is. There will always be people. But this is affecting your life and it's affecting you now.
Yeah, of course. So if you speak up and speak out, it'll make you feel a lot better. I mean, there's a big step to say, if you admit the problem, that's the first step to anything. And it takes a lot to do that. And,
do you know what? Like, when I went through my like drug addiction, even now, like, there's some things that happen. I'm like, oh, I remember that time. That was quite good. That was fun that night. Da, da, da. And at the time, when people say you need to stop, like you're killing yourself, I wasn't ready. And I know that sounds stupid. Like, I was a cocaine addict, and I was killing myself, but I wasn't ready. And my parents put me through rehab. They paid hundreds of thousands of pounds to get me clean. Nothing worked because I wasn't putting my energy into it.
Yeah.
So, but then
that's the same with any addiction, though. Like, say with my food addiction, like I knew I was doing no good to myself, sitting there eating and drinking all night, and every night of the week. But I wasn't ready. I was quite enjoying myself. And that's selfish. I was selfish. I was quite enjoying sitting there, in the evening, eating 20 chicken strips and a bottle of ramen and whatnot, because I enjoyed that and I thought it was great. But you got
your missus and the kids didn't really.
Yeah. So it's like once you're ready to do it. Obviously, my son, the turning point for me. I realised that I was selfish and needed to sort it out. So
I think you need that wake up call.
Yeah.
And that's not. And you can't really. There's no definition of what a wake up call will be. Like for me, like I saw it. Like when I saw like family members, like my nan that I was so close to, and just before she died, like she forgave me. Like I stole money off her to the extent where I used to take the kids round to her house, and they used to go and distract her in her other room where she was playing with the toys. I'd take her bank card and I'd go and get 100 quid out.
Yeah.
To go and pay my dealer off. And like I'm not sitting here saying it trying to like show off. Like the remorse I feel, like I will never forgive myself for the rest of my life.
No.
But my nan, like only a few weeks before she died, she was like, I know what you were going through. I know you did some awful things, but I forgive you.
Right.
And it was those little things, those little turning points. Like for me, for her to forgive anyone was quite a big feat. Like,
yeah.
She didn't suffer fools gladly. And yeah, when she said, I forgive you, it kind of like I'm still an arsehole and she's forgiving me. I can do better. So like there isn't an actual this was what every turning point will be.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes you just have to sit back. I think if you're able to, and just sit back and just look at what's happening around you. And I know that's easier said than done, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's it. So I mean, as we said, guys, it's about opening up and getting the help you need. So just want to reiterate, we got the campaign, It's Okay campaign, and obviously the Mental Health podcast. We've got a lot of guests coming up over the next few weeks as well, which you should tune in for. Some really big guests, which got some.
They're quite to be fair, they're quite inspirational as well. They've got their own journeys, but they've got their own story and journeys to come as well. Yeah. And I think,
we're taking a little break. Obviously, it's holiday season and everyone's away and stuff. But guys, we've got a lot coming up for you, so stay tuned and keep it. Lots of obviously the Instagram, the YouTube, and obviously all of the major podcast outlets we're on. So, cheers.
Yeah.